Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with episode 5 of Crash Your Trash. So we're going to be making some paperclip clusters. So I feel like you can never really have too much of this stuff, and the more variety that you have, the better. So I typically do clusters that can be made into tuck spots and things like that, clusters that can go on the top of a page. Today I thought it would be nice to have one that we could clip into a journal. So let me see if I can find the one that I started here. I had already kind of just experimented, and I just took a piece of paper for this first one, and I just folded it in half, and I have a rough, oops, that's two of them. I have a rough edge, a rough tear on all sides, and it's going to go into the paper clip like so. And so this is going to be our base, like that. So then when you put it on a page, let me get a piece of paper I can show you. Hopefully I can show you. This is just a piece of scrap. So then when it goes on like that. And so then all your cluster is on top. And it can go, you know, depending on which way you put this, you know, like if I could turn it around, I think, and do it this way so that it could paperclip on the opposite side, if I'm thinking about this correctly. Yeah, so then it could go on the opposite side of the page if it's that way. So, like so. So I thought that would be fun. And you could also, a person could also put some beads or something on here. I just don't know how you would get it to stay on there. You'd have to figure that out. But I'm sure it could be done, but I'm not going to do that today. But I just thought I would show you what what I've got going on here. Goodness gracious. So we've got 3 pieces of paper, and these are, again, this is Crash Your Trash, so I just pulled scraps from my scrap bin. So I'm going to do 3 with the large paper clips, and then I'm going to do, whoops, I just dropped one. I will just grab another one from my bowl. I'm not going to get that right now. 3 paper clips there, and then I thought we would do 3 using these clips. These are the Tim Holtz clips, because they will be able to have a little bit larger profile. For instance, on this one could fold, and then it would just clip, and then it could clip anywhere you wanted it to go. And if you wanted it to go this way, you would make sure that your design is going the direction that you would actually use the piece in, if that makes any sense at all. So we're going to do 3 of those as well, hopefully. So I'm just going to set all these bits aside. I have some words, so I just wanted you to kind of see in camera what I've got here. Got more than I need, as usual. These are my specialty paper, so this is like that handmade paper, tissue paper. This is that, I used some distress collage medium on this that was like a brownish color, and so I'm going to use scraps of that, some just scraps of rice paper, plain rice paper. These are our book pages and coffee dyed paper scraps. This time I'm not going to throw them back in the big bin, because every time I do this I have to sort back through them. So these are our scrapbook pieces, or not scrapbook, but our printed digital kinds of pages. So there's that, and then we've got our textile stuff, so some ribbon, some lace. I went through my eyelash trim, I think that's what this is called. I never use it because it's over across the room, so I pulled some of that out. I also have my big thing of all the other scraps. So I've got these I'm going to use as my focal images. As you know, that really helps me to direct the pieces that I'm making, so I'm going to use all these little vintage people. So in different shapes. Most of them are circles, big or small, and then this interesting shape. So those are our focal images. So let's get going. I've got my Fabri-Tac for attaching any ribbon and lace and things like that, fabric. And then I've got my, I don't want that, I want my heart glitter glue in the little bottle. So let me get that stuff prepped here. Hopefully this is going to be rather quick. I don't know, we're already 4 minutes in and we haven't done anything. So let's go ahead and let's start with the paperclip ones. So we'll start with the one that I already showed you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink all 3 of these pieces up, and then I'll come back with you and we'll move on. It really doesn't matter what your base pages are, because they're going to be mostly covered up. So I'm going to just set this aside. I will continue to need that ink. So let's start with this one. So again, I'm going to make mine go on the right side. So I'm going to again fold this. Oh, I do want to ink this up though too. I don't want that to be showing all crisp and clean. And if we don't get through all 6 of these, it'll be okay. I might do 2 of each, and then if I have time, I'll go back and do the other one. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. So you do definitely want to start with putting this on the paper clip. So if you can see, I'm putting the paper inside that part there, underneath that piece of the paper clip, and then I'm just going to pull it through, and then there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this because I don't want, you know what would be really pretty is to put some lace under this, which means I need a little bit bigger piece of lace than what I maybe have here in my bin. I'm just thinking, since we have all of this space in here, we may as well put some lace in there and have it be a little bit of frou-frou hanging out of the edges of that. So let's see what we think about that. What do we think about that? I don't know. Not all the way around, just playing around here. So let's see. So you could have it hanging out like that. I love that. Let's do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that because I'm going to glue this whole thing shut. Come on, Fabri-Tac. Oh, I went down too low though. I don't need it to be, I don't need the glue to be that low because some of that's going to not be covered. So I'm just going to wipe some of that off like so. And we're going to go ahead and put that piece of lace back in there. Kind of have it hanging out. Fingers are already sticky. I think I'm going to put some on the top here too. I should have actually done that first. Maybe not even put it on the bottom. And then we're just going to close that baby. And there we go. There's our base. I love that. I love it. Okay. So now let's go ahead and pull some of our scraps over here. So as you, oops, I need to hold that so it'll set. As you know, I like to use little bits of all kinds of different papers. So I'm just going to go through here and see what would fit here. Going to ink these up a little bit just to get ready here. I like varying colors and textures and different textile kinds of things to make it really interesting. So we're going to do that. See what we've got in our, I think this polka dot would be really lovely. Or maybe that. I keep pulling this one out too and I never use it. I think I'll use that. And then do we want a piece of this handmade paper? I think so. And then I either use music page or book page. You don't have to do both, or I don't usually do both. So I'm just going to kind of collage this stuff on in a way that I think I'm going to stick with this lace because we've already got it going on here underneath. So it would be really pretty. This is actually from a garment that I bought at Goodwill for the purpose of taking it apart. Shame on me, right? No, there's no shame. So I'm going to put that there. Get my art glitter glue here. Oh, this bottle is always so tough to get going here. Like so. And then let's get some, maybe some of this. This is coffee dyed paper. I could use a little bit of that. I usually like to go through 1 or 2 of these with you on camera talking, and then I usually will speed it up because it can get a little bit monotonous. So I like that. Actually, I want that little piece of lace there first. And as you guys practice with this, you'll get used to what you like, what your eye sees. Listen to that, because that is your artistic self, you know, telling you what is pleasing to your eye. So it's good to listen to it. I know it does take practice though, so don't be hard on yourself if it doesn't work out the way that you think it should or what you had in your mind. And then let's get a little piece of that. Whoops. That, this is that handmade paper that I've been using. Been very, very precious to me because I don't have very much of it. But if we just hold on to all our precious things, then we don't create anything, right? So what do we think of that? I love how vintage this is looking as it is right now. I think I want another piece of this right here. Yep. I probably am not going to use that one on here, on this one, because it's a little much. So yeah. You can follow any kind of like recipe that you like. This is just what I do. It works for me. It's always pleasing to me when I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and pull over my focal images. This is a bigger one, so I can use one of the bigger circles. Oh, that one's so pretty. It's almost too big though, but this is probably one of the bigger pieces, so I better just use it. I'm just going to ink that up really quick. Oh, isn't she lovely? Wow, I think I need a different color of something in there. I feel like it's a little bit plain at the moment. Plain Jane. This is another piece of fabric from a garment that I purchased. I don't know if that's going to be too much or not. I don't think so. I think that's going to be lovely. Yeah, this one's going to be very mellow compared to, in terms of color, than what I normally do, but that's okay. So we're going to put her on top of there. She's kind of the center, not the center point, the focal point of the cluster here. So we're going to put that on there. And then we got a word. So what do we think? We've got dance. We've got your story. I like your story. Your story, yes. I'm going to trim that down here really quick. It's a little bit big for this little space. And as I mentioned before, I can't tell you where I get all the quotes because they're all together in a bin. So I did that when I first started purchasing them. I didn't separate them, which I kind of regret, but it is what it is. So I want something else here. So I've got my gems, I gotta get some of this stuff out of the way. I've got my bling here. So let's see if we got some bling. Oh, the gold one would be beautiful. Let's do a gold one. Yes, yes, yes. I do glue these as well. I don't trust the adhesive on them, as you probably already know. I'm gonna glue the sentiment on. Oh, she's so pretty, isn't she? She's so innocent, so beautiful. Oh, I love it. And then we're going to put this little gold bit on here too. A little bit of bling. I don't do a lot of these in a journal because they are fairly bulky, and you don't want your journal to have too much trouble closing and whatnot. So I'm just going to place it right there. Sweet. So this one's going to clip on to the right side of the page. So isn't she sweet? So that is cluster number 1. I'll do one more in real time for you, and then we'll speed up the video and I'll do the rest. So this is just a piece of scrap again from my stash. It's not going to really matter which way I do this because you don't see much of this when it's all done. So I do like to kind of fold them like that so that they're uneven. I think that it makes it very interesting. And I don't like straight edges at all. So let's ink this stuff up here real quick. truth of the matter is I'm doing all these crash your trash, and my scraps are not getting smaller at all because I keep creating journals. So you're always making scraps. So let's see, I love this image. So let's go ahead and use that. I like the bow part of that. Oops. I think it's a bow. This is from, I believe, the Paris Rose kit, which I will be doing a Paris journal using the Paris Rose collection from Dreams, etc. Dream Z, etc. on Etsy. I purchased more of her kits and I absolutely adore them. So I'm not going to do much more on this because I don't want to forget my paper clip. Oh, this is the clip though. So we don't have to worry about the paper clip because it's going to go on with that. So we can go ahead and build our cluster. We just want to protect a little bit of space up here so that we don't have trouble. Well, I guess it won't really matter because whatever's there, it's just the clip has got a pretty wide mouth, if you see that. So it should be okay. So let's get some other interesting papers under here, shall we? There's all my music stuff. I've got all this old, look at this old piece. I love that. You can tell it's so old. I'm gonna tear it though. Shame on me. I did I did some more antique shopping and found some really great more vintage stuff that I probably won't do another vintage share just because it's not my thing, but maybe as I use stuff I'll show you in the video, so that's music. So let's see, let's get a little bit of this other textile stuff. What do we have here? I think this one would be lovely. Just a little pop of something dark. I like that. I want this over here though. Let's go ahead and get this tissue paper on first. This is what I do not like about art glitter glue. It's been sitting here for what? Literally not even 5 minutes. And it's already won't come out. In fact, I'm done with that. I'm going to use my Bearly Arts. It behaves much better, as you can see, right out of the gate. No problem. So we're just going to put this on here. And again, we're covering up part of what we're doing here, right? Which is just always what happens, but check it out. It's see-through. It's semi-transparent, so that's really, really lovely. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter if I have anything under there. Do we want to do another bit of lace under there? I think so. Yes, I think we do. Let's see what we have here. Put a little bit of lace there. I don't want it to be anything too much. That's really pretty. I think it needs to be a bigger piece though. Let me fish around in here and see what I can find in my little scrap bin. I need to pull them out though. I can't get to the bottom. We've got some beautiful pink stuff in here, which would be lovely. Oh, we've also got this. I love this lace. I love this lace. Yes, that's the one. Because it's naturally like that. If you can see that, I'll probably trim this edge off. So let's go ahead and get that in there first. Actually, I probably don't need all of that because it's only going to hang out. Maybe I'll trim that up so I can use a piece of it somewhere else. Just a bit. Just like so. What do you think? Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and close that up. Give it a press. I'm going to trim this off. Like so. I like that. It's different. Seems a little off balance, but I'm off balance, so hey, we're in good company. I do want this music page over here because I want to be able to see those musical notes. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. And with this, we can hang over the edge if we want to, because it's going to just be clipped up here. Shouldn't be a problem. So what did I do with that piece? This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Look at that right there. Right there, right in the middle, smack dab in the middle. So I have to tell you, this is really funny. So it's Valentine's Day, it's Monday, and we have an Instapot, but my husband is the only one that uses it because it scares me. I don't like extreme heat. Those steamy things really scare me, and until I do it, like with somebody here, I just feel super nervous about it. So I haven't tried it, but I wanted to do a steak for him for Valentine's Day in the Instapot. So I got everything ready. I looked up a recipe. I was all prepared, and then I got a text from him saying, somebody broke a camera at work. I'm gonna be late. And I'm like, oh man, like, you know. So the potatoes are already cooking. I did roasted potatoes, garlic potatoes and asparagus, Parmesan garlic potatoes and asparagus, and so they were cooking in the oven. And so yeah, they got overcooked. The potatoes were fine, but the asparagus, it was like petrified asparagus by the time it was done. He did get home earlier than he expected to, and he helped me. I mean, I did the steaks, but he was there to supervise so that I felt a little bit safer about it. And it was delicious. We're not big beef eaters in this family. It's a big treat. We don't do steak. We don't do beef very much. So it was really nice, and it was really good. And it was a quiet meal because, you know, it's a work day. We're both tired, and I really needed to be in the studio tonight. I had a hard day. I don't know why. There wasn't anything particularly special about it, but it was just hard. I don't know why. Probably just a Monday, you know how that goes. So I'm trying to find another piece of that beautiful lace with the little sparkly things on it, but I don't see any more in my scrap bin here, and we're doing scrap bust in here, so we're not going to pull out extra stuff. So I'm going to just layer this baby up. Create a little more interest here. There we go. Sweet. I like that. We're going to put this on here. I love that piece of paper right there. Perfect. Just trying to protect that music, those music notes there. So I think this... yeah, we're gonna lose a lot of that base, so you just want to kind of be okay with that as you're creating. Just know that it will be fine and you will be happy with it in the end. So this one does not go with the colors, and I've got this one. She's really cute. This is a lady. The other ones are mostly girls. I could bring some pink into here, and that would be okay. So I pulled some eyelash trim from my bin. I was thinking about maybe putting a little bit of this on. I haven't used it really. Jumped early, though I have a ton of it. It's just ridiculous. Kind of go like that. Just kind of make a little bunched up bit there and put that lady on the top. What do you think? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just too big. I don't know. Let's try again. It just doesn't really cooperate. We're going to try it though. This is, again, it's not only about using your trash, but playing. It's important to play, and play often involves doing things you would not normally do and using things you would maybe not normally use. So let's see if we can get that to hold. It's a little bit messy. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on. Stick. I'm afraid if I use my paper towel, it's just going to stick to my paper towel. Oh, that's not too bad. Eh. Oh, come on, man. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ink this girl up and put her on. She's mostly dark around the edges, so, but I don't want any of that white on it. So we're going to go ahead and use our Fabri-Tac here. And put that right. Again, I don't want to cover up those notes, so I'm moving her down a little bit here. And I'm just going to use my paper towel to push that because my fingers are sticky and I don't want to pull up any of that image with my adhesive fingers. So there we have her. There's something else that's needed here. I'm not sure what. Maybe we need a little bit of bling on her as well. So let's see what we've got in our little bling center here. I had used some in the other video, just a recent video, and I can't find them. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I remembered where these were. I used them in the last video, and then they're gone. Can't find them. And my studio is pristine, you guys. There's not a lot of places they can go. Like, I don't know if it fell on the floor and got kicked under the desk or what the deal is, but that's not. This would be okay. I love these little gems here. And they're not too high, high profile. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're a little bit thick-ish, but not too bad. So, yep, down here. I'll put that down there. And then we're going to speed up through the rest of them, okay? Because we're already at 27 minutes, so there we go. I'm not a big fan of that that eyelash trim, but we're going to leave it because that's what we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and put this clip on here. And so when this is done, I could put a piece of that, of the trim that I just used to get a bigger piece and tie it on here, a piece of sari silk or something, and then this just can clip on a page just as a little added piece of beauty. So I'm going to go ahead and again speed through the rest of these, and you guys can watch. Okay guys, we're just going to do one more because I'm running out of time. So we're already too far into this. So you guys get the gist of it. So I'm going to use this last one, and I'm going to use the clip from Tim Holtz. So let's do that really quick. There we go. See what we can get interesting here. I need something interesting to go with. I really wanted to use this girl, but I think she's going to have to go on something else. She's one of my favorites, but that one would probably be good. A good size. She's a little bit big though. I love this lady. Look at how happy she is. She just looks like she's so comfortable with who she is, doesn't she? I really like that one. I think I'll use that one. This one got a little bit thick. So we are just about done though. It's not too bad. Let me show you the profile here. So that is the thickness. So you can see here where the double lace is. That's where it's the thickest. I think I can put more glue here and that will probably help. I did cover up a lot of my original papers, but that again is the risk, but I can see it here. I can see those words, and that's what I wanted, and I love this girl. She's just darling. So this one, let's put another quote. Amazing, be in the moment, grateful, or truth. I think truth fits this girl. So let's just ink this up and then we'll be done, guys. Thank you so much for coming along. I will probably continue this off camera because I need tons of these. So I need to just keep crashing my trash. So thank you guys so much for being here, for your support, for your encouragement and all of that. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.